Um,
Super easy. Woohoo!
Woo! Okay, well, that's awesome. Now I just have to get over to this other little thing. And there we are. I can see us.
Yay!
Wow. Okay, well, happy Friday, everyone. Welcome to Feng Shui Fridays. And you know what? We're looking forward to your comments, your feedback, your participation as we get ready for Cheryl to draw a card from this beautiful deck called uh, the
Personal
from
paradise cards.
yeah, Personal Paradise cards from Tara Catherine Collins, who is our mentor in Feng Shui. She's our teacher. She is the founder of the Western School of Feng Shui, which I facilitate the training twice a year. Well, it used to be twice a year. We're going to say once a year now. Because, things have just changed a little bit. So, yeah, if anybody's interested in becoming a Feng Shui practitioner, then yeah, we'd love to, talk to me. Okay, so I can't really see very good with these on, so I'm going to take them off now.
And that's okay. I just think that the F word for today is fun.
Fun, yeah, fun is another F word. Yes,
And
we all need some fun.
oh yeah,
Morning,
I'm really hooked up
Lisa.
here.
Thanks for
Headset.
joining us.
There
And
we go.
Lisa says she loves Tara Catherine Collins too. And you know what? Cheryl and I got to spend some time with her last year in February when we were in California. And oh my gosh, our innards were so sore. We laughed and laughed for like
3 hours.
3 hours. Yeah, it was great fun.
Yeah, it was. It was. So
Mhm.
had a card fly out of the deck, and I can
Oh,
honestly say I have not seen this card before. So
oh,
very interesting. And only one card today. And it is the number 11 card. Talk about
oh.
confirmation for a conversation we just had. And it
Mm-hmm.
talks about water features,
Ah.
which is quite interesting because I've got a water feature outside my yard right now. It's called the
Mm.
street flooding a little bit.
Yeah.
And that's the image on the back side of it.
Okay, so I'm going to go first on this one because
Absolutely.
yeah, this is quite interesting. The universe always gives you
Mhm.
the information that you need, right? Um, so I am the ninth child of 11. Oh, you cut out, Cheryl. I can't hear you.
I haven't said anything.
Oh, okay.
I'm listening to
Sorry.
you.
Okay, so I'm the ninth child of 11. I have six brothers and four sisters. And one of my brothers, his wife passed away this week. And and it was kind of interesting. One of my sisters, who's not able to be with the family, she's away. We were talking yesterday, and she said that she had a really good cry. And so I gave her some advice, not some advice, I gave her some comforting words around water. So it's no
Hmm.
surprise to me that that card came up today, because water is so important, and um, we don't honor or give gratitude enough for water and how important it is in our life. It's, of course, feng shui. It's the shui means water, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, when we consider that our bodies are two-thirds water, the planet is two-thirds water, there's really some great information there that Mother Nature has left for us. And as I learned this week, and it kind of came back to my reflection, was that water is so healing, in the fact that our body has this built-in mechanism to release, to help us release that stuck emotion, to help us just, let it out and let it flow, just like the water that we see in a stream or a river. And then, the other thing is that we cleanse our body with water every day. I had a shower this morning, right? And so, it helps to eliminate and get rid of and shed, that dead skin, or, whatever those things that we're holding on to. And then when we physically ingest water, of course, that helps to synchronize our cells. Our cells are, communicate through water. And so again, how important is it to drink water for the proper balancing and harmonization of your body's cells and organs so that you have proper elimination? And so all of those things are clues, and we can now take it another level with Feng Shui in our environment and choose that water is there for us to, as an example, to go with the flow, right? Just go with the flow, and then have the opportunity to ride ride the wave, ride the water, because water just has so many amazing clues for us to look at it energetically and see how it is integrated in our daily life. And then, of course, Cheryl's going to tell us all about how this particular card with water plays an important role, and how we can incorporate that energy into our physical environment.
Oh, that was beautiful, Anita. Thank you. And
You're welcome.
my heart to your family for your loss. It's
Thank you.
never easy.
No.
Inevitable, but never easy. Yeah, everybody feels that.
Yeah.
So the water feature is fascinating to me, and is probably one of the biggest learnings I had when I first started studying Feng Shui, because at that point in time I was in a career shift. And when we utilize the Bagua, which we talk about in our classes, and some of you are familiar with it or not, the career or the life purpose area is also considered a water element when we talk about 5-element theory. So when I see the water feature coming up, for me in this card, it brings to mind the new energy that spring is bringing in.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
And, right, it's flowing in, whether we want to be part of it or not, it's still coming. So having that flow, that energy flowing into your home, the chi flowing into your home. I know a lot of people in the US or in places that are considerably warmer than us have a water feature in their front yard to provide attention, to bring, attract the chi and have it flowing towards their home. So water feature being one of, or water being one of the 5 elements that we talk about, the 5-element theory aspect of Feng Shui is huge. Like you just said, water in itself is a massive factor in our lives every day. But when you look at water through Feng Shui eyes, it's a directional element to me as well. You're too funny. I love it. So the water flowing and going with the flow. I mean, so often we were given credit to paddle hard, right? Go hard. You're going to build muscles. Well, you know what? I'm really tired of going upstream. I quite frankly want to put my canoe in the river and let it take me. There is no reason in my mind to struggle hard anymore.
Well, and you know what, that's a great point, because again, I've always said Mother Nature has been my best teacher.
Yeah.
And so when we look at in nature, and the water always finds a way. And so
Absolutely.
if there happens to be a great big, mound of dirt or a big
Boulder.
rock or something that gets in the way,
Hmm.
guess what? The water just goes around it.
Yeah.
The water goes around it. So we could use that analogy or that example in our own life and say, okay, when I have a blockage, when something, what I seemingly think is perceived as a blockage or something that's in my way,
Hmm.
guess what? I'm just going to go around it because, like, you're right, Cheryl. Like, let's not paddle upstream. Let's just go with the
Yeah.
flow.
Yeah.
It's
It's
so much
life is
easier.
so much easier. And we used to, I don't know where the thought process came from, but quite frankly, it's like being busy. I noticed a post on Facebook this morning about being busy was a badge of honor, and struggling and paddling upstream was a badge of honor. Piss on
Hmm.
that. Like, I'm sorry, but
Yeah.
done.
Take the badge off and
I could
you
care
know
less about the badge of
to-
honor. I
toss
want
it in the
easy.
toilet. Yeah. Toss it in the toilet.
Yeah, I'm much happier personally when I just let stuff go.
Yeah, and that kind of brings us, when we talk about water again in the
Hmm.
home, in the physical environment, um, our bathrooms are very watery environments.
Yes.
And, Cheryl and I are working on a new program, a new class called Five Element Theory, where we, talk way, in depth about what that looks like. But just consider, one of those traditional, I guess, Feng Shui cures that you might hear, and I think you would hear it from all practitioners across the board, regardless of what school of thought they were trained in, is that your toilet is a great big source of
Drainage.
draining, and it drains. Its function is to take bodily waste away from your home and flush it, right? And we've all heard that saying, I might as well flush that down the toilet, or I might as well
Yes.
down the drain, or those kind of things. And so really, I guess, one really great feng shui tip is to keep your toilet lid down and keep the bathroom doors closed, because we don't want our attention going, and flowing down the drain or down the toilet. So you could be, in this elevated emotional state of excellence, and that good energy could be some of it being sucked down and going down the drain. So
Hmm.
that would, that'd be a great little Feng Shui Friday tip.
Absolutely. And I'm glad you brought it up because I was getting sidetracked on water features and
Oh, yeah.
flow and career coming in the door and
Well, no, but it's not sidetracked, because that's how
true.
important water is.
Yes.
That's why, the term itself, feng shui, means wind and water, right? It's just that
Hmm.
important.
Now we need to talk about the number because this is the number
Yes.
11 card.
Hmm. Well, the number 11 is, again, we have these, number one and then the one together. And of course, one and one make two. And we talked about, I think, the number two a couple of weeks back.
Hmm.
But the number 11 is about illumination. And whenever we see double digits like that together, um, that is a master number. So
Hmm.
11, 22, 33, 44, those are all master numbers. And the 11 specifically is about illumination, connecting to that etheric realm, your angelic guides, your God source, that kind of thing. And knowing, and again, that's kind of like that unseen energy that we
Hmm.
talk about a lot in our programs.
The fung.
And it's about connecting with that, because you are this one, but when we add the other one of you, which is your higher self or your source, uh, then there is that opportunity um, for enlightenment. Yeah.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I also had a channel a little while ago about the number one and the power of one in its own. So yes, you're an individual, but one can make a massive impact.
Yeah.
Take those two ones and it magnifies the impact the one can make. So
Yeah.
in the example of the washroom in your home and the toilet lid, changing and shifting the energy in your home, keeping that good energy going and having you doing it, and add your spouse in or add your children into that mix. And now you're magnifying that good energy and you're keeping it flowing in the house.
Yeah.
So, but it starts with one.
And one also stands for new beginnings, right? It's the opportunity to start something new, and every day we
Absolutely.
get the chance for a new day, a new start.
Awesome.
Well, you know what? That was awesome, and look at us go for time. Wah,
Wah, wah.
we did pretty good. So yeah, big shout out. I just want to say Lisa, Nix for joining us, Francisca, Roja, great that you joined us today.
Nice.
Love your comments. And yeah, if you know, we appreciate that you took the time to join us live today. We certainly appreciate if you want to share this or invite people to Feng Shui with Anita and Cheryl, our Facebook group. And we also have a Facebook page, and I believe we might have a special little March Madness, you know, coming out on there later today. So keep an eye for it.
And you know, speaking of which, they could discover a little bit about the Feng Shui for Prosperity because we put on there on Tuesday night the class.
Yes.
That was amazing, as always.
Oh, it was, yeah.
And the questions at the end, of course, which you won't see the questions at the end because they're not part of that. Because
yeah,
you know.
And they're not on our group page; they're on our Facebook page.
Yes.
So yeah, we have one that's, you know, anyways, we're, like I say, we're trying to figure all this stuff out and the best way to communicate with everybody. And you know, and if nobody shows up, it's all good because Cheryl and I just have a lot of fun anyways.
Well, that's because that's the F word for the day.
It is the F word for the day. So keep that in mind as you go about your Friday. Yeah, have some fun.
We didn't put music on today.
Oh, we didn't, but we're always dancing in our head anyways.
Too true. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks for joining us. I have to try and figure out how to, there we go. Just give me a minute.